everybody, Stock Sniper Mike back here again with the 2-minute drill. Here to give you guys 2 minutes of one crazy week of stock trading. Let's dive right in. Coming off from one of the best weeks in 45 years for the S&P, the market decides to continue going. A lot of questions were around with the coronavirus still lingering. Will the market still bounce or will it go down? The markets went up. Now let's dive in. Monday morning, it all started with stimulus checks. A lot of Americans woke up to money in their bank account. A lot of people didn't know what to do with it. If you're questioning yourself and you do not need those funds and you're looking to invest it somewhere, don't look further. Look at the Stock Snipers. Look into stocks. It's a great place to be, and a lot of big stocks are discounted right now. Let's talk about them. Most of these stocks are household names, big names that run America. These stocks are on big discounts from earlier before in February when they were at their all-time highs. Yes, I said it correctly. In February, the stock market was at its all-time highs, and now we are getting big discounts. This week started with earnings. Earnings was a big question for everybody. Everyone was scared of earnings with all the employees being laid off and the time off with the coronavirus around. It looked like a lot of the bad news was already factored in the big drop. As earnings came out Tuesday and Wednesday, the market was actually able to rally. Big stocks like Tesla showing big bounces and showing some nice moves, going all the way from $360 back in March 18th, now topping at $750. That's about 100% on your money. 100% on your money on a big stock. Very nice to see. But more companies had to come out with earnings. More news had to come out, and more nerves were there for the Americans. Wednesday and Thursday were slower days in the market, but they both show signs of red, signs of weakness, signs of scared. Was the market going to drop again? Was it going to go back to that lows? And then something happened. Thursday night was a big day for the markets. Thursday night after hours, there were big news that were released. 3 big things that happened after hours that made the S&P actually rise 3.5% in after-hour trading. First big news, and biggest of all, what we all were waiting for, is some sign of relief from this coronavirus. Gilead, company ticker GILD. Gilead came out with positive news on their drug for coronavirus. They had some of the most severe symptoms and cases up in Chicago, Illinois. And when treated with this drug by Gilead, patients, yes, were sent home quickly. So good signs are coming from stock GILD. The stock was able to rise 12% in after-hours trading. One that makes and creates most aircrafts out there for all the airline companies. Boeing. Boeing announced that they will send 27,000 of their employees back to work, and production will start up again on planes, showing a great sign in production and liftoff. And the last good news that came out was Trump told the governors on Thursday when they will release the lockdown on each state. So it's up to the governors to decide when the lockdowns will end in each state. All 3 of these things made the S&P rise 3.5% after hours and showed great signs for Friday morning. Friday morning, the Dow started up. It actually gapped up past that 24,000 spot that it wasn't able to break before. It jumped up there from the pharmaceutical news, the Boeing news. Boeing was able to rally 14% on Friday, raising the Dow. I'm interested to see what's going to happen next week. Will the Dow bounce? Will it continue to go? Or will it stop and jump back down with all the earnings continue to be released next week? No matter what happens, up, down, side to side, we will have a plan and we will react. And that's what it's all about. We're here to create a plan and to help you create one. Thanks for coming and sitting in on my 2-minute warning. I know a lot of them last longer than 2 minutes, so bear with me. I'll get 2 minutes down one day. If you aren't subscribed to our YouTube channel, make sure, subscribe below. Subscribe, hit that subscribe button. Also, follow our social media pages. We got great content on Instagram, Twitter, and we're always putting great stuff up on Facebook. And if you're not a member yet, we'd love to have you on the team. Please check us out at www.thestocksnipers.com. We're making money every day in different ways, and you could be doing it too. Alright guys, until next week, be ready for that NFL draft. Fins up. We're out.